What's going on? My name is Jason Parks of the Media Captain. Today I'm going to talk about image SEO optimization. In my opinion, this is one of the true underdog stories of SEO. Most businesses forget about optimizing their images, yet more than 20% of searches on Google result in an image being clicked on. How are most of the people finding these images on Google? It's either on the first page of Google search results or they're clicking on the image tab and finding those well-optimized images. So there are things that we're going to dive into, such as making sure your images are unique, the file size of the image, the all image attribute. All of these different tactics can help improve your images to get more exposure on Google. So let's dive into it. Let's start with the image file. We recommend a PNG or a JPEG. For a PNG, the image file is going to be a little larger, higher quality. JPEG, you're sacrificing a little bit of that, but both options are great. When you're saving an image, just make sure go PNG or JPEG for the most common web type of photos. Make sure that you are compressing your images prior to uploading them to the site. Otherwise, you're going to have these large bloated image files. That's going to impact site performance, and your images won't be as well optimized if it's running extremely slow. WP Smush is a great plugin within the WordPress platform that we recommend. Also, compress.jpg, just an online free site that you can compress your images, but you're going to want to make sure that your images are not huge, that it's a small file size before uploading it to the site. Making sure your images are unique is a differentiating factor when it comes to image optimization. It makes sense when if you have the same picture as 1,000 other websites and it's a stock photo that you've all seen out there on Big Stock or iStock Photo, Google's going to know this within their algorithm that the image is not unique. So you want to create fresh images. How exactly do you do that? Well, a graphic designer can help with that, creating new type of content, but also just a platform like Canva can really help. So let me show you an example here. We wrote a blog on the best David Ogilvy marketing quotes. This gets a lot of traffic to our website, the grandfather of advertising. So you can see for each quote, we just created a Canva graphic. Very simple, right? Well, when you now go into the Google image search results for images, this is on the Media Captain site, our headline. This is our main image, and that's populating number one. And then here's another one, David Ogilvy quotes on advertising, and this is another graphic of the Media Captain. So this is just an example of it doesn't have to be complicated to create unique images, but if you optimize it the right way, it can really help from an SEO standpoint. Another tactic I love when it comes to image optimization is saving the image file name in the right manner. So going back to the David Ogilvy quote, if you are going to save the image as, and you're going to look at the file name, you'll see never stop testing David Ogilvy quote. A lot of people, they just save their image off as they just don't name the image file name. They don't think it needs to be optimized. But when you optimize that in the right manner, it is telling Google what the quote is all about, and it will help from a ranking perspective. So make sure to save that image file name. When it comes to the alt text, think of that on the image as the title tag of one of your web pages. You want it to be well optimized. So here is a product on the Derm Warehouse website, and this is our lash enhancing serum. And if you're going to go in here, you'll see that the alt text is the best instant eye lift, because a lot of people type that into Google, and that's something that we'd like to rank for, is the best instant eye lift. So make sure that the alt image attribute is getting optimized equivalent to the title tag. Very important from an SEO perspective. Within WordPress, you can edit the image and do it as simple as that. Google uses your page title and description as a ranking factor when it even comes to your images. So a lot of people don't realize this, but you want to make sure you have good on-site optimization. Going back to this example, the 8 best David Ogilvy quotes on advertising and marketing. So that is a strong title and a strong headline. Google's obviously pulling that in. And then when there's images that are associated with this, it helps from a ranking perspective. So going back, the best David Ogilvy quotes, this is ranking number 1 on Google in the image section. And there is a correlation between the way the image was saved, the alt image attribute, and also the title and the content on the page. So it's all intertwined. Don't just optimize an image. Make sure that it's also on a page that is relevant and well optimized. You want to make sure that you are defining your dimensions and that the image sizing is appropriate. For a blog, a 3:2 ratio typically works best on that type of post in terms of how the blog is displayed. So you don't want a really large image where the width is way too long on a web page. You want it to look clean and crisp, and there are standards and dimensions behind that. Don't forget, you want your images to look good on mobile. A lot of people focus on desktop at first, and then they forget to see how an image appears on mobile. Is the text legible? You just want to make sure that it's a good mobile experience for your images. Also, there is the availability to submit images to your sitemap. That's going to tell Google to obviously index those photos. So make sure you do that as well. In summary, image optimization does not take a long time to perfect. There is obviously saving the image file name in the right manner and the all image attribute on the text, making sure it's on a relevant page. This isn't a very long process. It's just oftentimes forgotten about. And if you do this in the right manner, it can really help you get more exposure on Google. My name is Jason Parks with The Media Captain. If you ever have any questions, you can contact me at themediacaptain.com.